continues with that behaviour, he'll be warned. The call to the member for Holt.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Treasurer. Why are the Albanese Labor government's housing policies important for delivering a stronger economy? And what is blocking further progress?
Give the call to the Treasurer.
Thanks, Mr Speaker, for the call. Thank you to the member for Holt for her question and her community for the opportunity to work with her on housing affordability and cost of living pressures and a whole range of other economic issues. Mr Speaker, housing affordability is one of a number of economic challenges which we inherited from those opposite, which had been left to fester over a long and wasted decade. And we take responsibility for reforming and renewing our economy and making our communities more resilient. And that's why it's so important, under the leadership of this Prime Minister and this terrific Housing Minister, that we have a broad and ambitious agenda when it comes to housing. The $2 billion social housing accelerator announced on the weekend, National Housing Accord that we're working on with the states and territories, the biggest increase in Commonwealth rent assistance in 30 years, changes to the first home guarantee and regional first home buyer guarantee. All of these are important parts of our agenda. And I'll have an opportunity on Friday, Mr Speaker, when I convene the state and territory treasurers to advance our agenda on housing, including with two very welcome new faces in that group, Treasurer Safiotti and Treasurer Mookie as well. And this will be an opportunity consistent with the way that this Prime Minister leads our team and our country to bring people together to solve some of the big economic challenges that we confront together. And in doing this, we bring together the super funds and the investors, we bring together local government, the master builders and others, the community housing providers, to try and solve this problem which has been neglected for too long. And the same approach, Mr Speaker, applies to the Housing Australia Future Fund. As the Prime Minister said, community housing providers, advocates, all calling for the fund to be passed. National Shelter, Community Housing Industry Association, National Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Housing Association, all calling for the Housing Australia Future Fund to be passed, Mr Speaker. And when the Greens are teamed up with the coalition in the Senate, they turned their back on all of those organisations and they turned their back on vulnerable Australians who desperately need this government to build tens of thousands of new social and affordable homes. And what the Greens showed in the Senate, Mr Speaker, is they care more about retweets than renters. They care more about TikTok than housing stock. When it comes to the crunch, Mr Speaker, with all of the flowery speeches and all the rhetoric in this place, when it actually came to the crunch, when the Greens had the opportunity to work with Labor to build more social and affordable homes, or to side with the coalition of cookers which sit opposite, they chose the coalition of cookers.
Order.
And it will show in the Hansard for all time that when the Greens were given—
Treasurer will pause. Just get him to withdraw that last remark.
I'll withdraw, Mr Speaker. When they were given the opportunity to vote for more social housing, they squibbed it and they left people hanging.